Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, earthlings all over planet Earth. Hope you're having a great day. Now, before I get started in this video today, I have noticed one or two people have said, let's have radio silence on the Markles situation. If that's what you want, this is not the video for you, okay? Because this is all about Meghan Markle, this particular video. And it is a story that I follow because occasionally during our life we come across awkward people. We've had a couple of very awkward people in our lives for about 14 years now. And that was where my initial interest in this whole subject started. And I used to watch Dr. Ramani about these types of characters. And then sort of every 10 years or so, thank God, we come across similar characters, not as bad as the two I've just mentioned. And this is hot off the press. There have been several puff pieces that I've seen come out just this morning. And talk about smelling of desperation. I think that a dawning realisation might have happened. Nevertheless, that is not going to help, in my opinion. There's one article, Meghan thought she was bigger than the Beckhams. I think it's Tom Bower who's got a book coming out. I don't doubt that. I think Meghan thought she was bigger than the Queen, our late Majesty. The fact that she made the remark during her own Netflix docuseries, I can't believe Beyonce knows who I am. You know, Beyonce, fabulous as she is Beyonce. Meghan is more impressed with that than Harry's late grandmother. So let's get this into perspective. We can see straight away. And the very thought that Victoria Beckham would feel the need to leak anything about Meghan is ludicrous. Victoria Beckham, one of the most inherently private A-listers, felt the need to leak anything about Meghan's makeup, Meghan's beauty treatment. Get the hell out of here. To me, it's obvious who leaked that. Probably in order to cause shit, in order to isolate certain people from certain friends, the beginning of it. And I remember that all very well. Now, come to the next most incredulous PR piece. This is in Newsweek. Now, I couldn't read the entire article because if Newsweek didn't already want a low readership, they now block the screen with a sign up for our newsletter or you can't read the rest of the article. And the close button doesn't work. I've tried on several devices. Neither does the sign up button. So they are alienating everybody from reading except for people who work there. Extraordinary. But anyway, I was able to read sufficiently enough that even Newsweek now have realised that the Sussex squad are actually damaging the Sussexes. Wow, after all these years of us Megxiteers trying to point out that the only people that the Sugars and the Sussex squad hurt is Meghan and Harry. Because it is not a good look having fans accusing our Princess of Wales, who they still refer to as Kate. I mean, let's get this in line, right? Meghan, don't call her Kate. She may be your sister-in-law, but she is the Princess of Wales and a future queen. You were never equal ranking with her. Never. So knock it on the head with the Kate. Newsweek have realised, finally, that attacking and posting shit about people on the internet is not the way ahead. It actually alienates people. These squaddies who've gone round talking about middle-aged, overweight, fat, ugly, racist, white women, that would be me and any of you guys out there who've had this, that's not going to make people love Meghan. It looks like Newsweek just figured that out. Attacking members of the British royal family who are suffering from cancer and accusing them of being dead, being beaten up, getting into a divorce because a husband may be having an affair with a very unlikely person, or accusing them of being a hologram. or saying they look too healthy, like they didn't have cancer. That is not going to hurt the Princess of Wales. That is not going to hurt the King. That is not going to hurt the monarchy. That is going to hurt Meghan and Harry. But I guess a scorpion can't help being a scorpion and eventually stings itself on its own back. And then the most incredible. Right, hold your breath. Hold on to your seats for this one. Now, I have personally only just come across this. But I guess this has been out there a day or two. But let's talk about it anyway. Now, I found this article. It's been regurgitated in several publications. This particular one is called something like We Got This Covered, and I'll put a link in the description just in case you think I'm making this up, because I'm not. This is all about how Meghan, right, yeah, Meghan wants to be the peacekeeper and heal the rift with the royal family. I bet she does, and let's discuss this one, shall we? Markle is desperate to bring the years-long feud between the two brothers and their wives to a conclusion. Not to mention that she naturally wishes to send well wishes to her in-law during this difficult time. Not even sister-in-law. Oh, would that be Kate? Kate? You mean the future Queen, Meghan? Yeah? Who is bigger than the Beckhams? Yeah? The one Tom Cruise loves. The one all the A-listers love. The one where everybody sat back. Oh, the one that... Didn't Omid Scobie call her a racist in a book? Omid Scobie, who was your mouthpiece. Was that Omid Scobie who wrote a book called Finding Freedom, which you and Harry said you had nothing to do with until it came out in the Court of Appeal, the Jason North emails, where Harry said, we have to be able to deny this at a future date. That Omid Scobie, who accidentally blamed a Dutch translator for naming the Princess of Wales and the King as the racists, yeah? Remember the Oprah interview, right? Remember a ton of shit. Remember what your squaddies have done not only to the royal family, but a lot of us out here. You want to be the peacemaker? Right, let's carry on. This is according to an insider, so it could be bullshit. I do add that caveat. Meghan's desperate to come across as the bigger person and end this feud between them. I'll just let you all swallow that bit of puke that came up in your mouth. Appearing like some sort of royal saviour can only do her image good. And there we have the answer, don't we? How's that going with WME? Booked you any big gigs yet? Or the Harry Walker Speaking Agency? Booked you any good gigs yet? What about all the other jars of jam that you handed out? Did those A-listers not want to say anything about your jam? Have you managed to get to 600,000 followers on Instagram yet? Oh, let's carry on. It gets better. Closer's source shares. Nah, okay, let's give her that much. But I mean, I'm seeing a theme here. And despite all their bad blood, her heart goes out to Kate. Kate. That would be Catherine, Princess of Wales, future Queen. Stop with the Kate. She can only imagine how hard this situation must be for her. I mean, if there's an ounce of truth in this, one might almost think that all the money's run out, that Hollywood has slammed the door shut in somebody's face, that options have run dry, and that jam and doggy biscuits are not exactly flying off the shelf. Walmart, where are you when we need you? If you believe this source, this publication says, then it's very much Meghan who is the one out at the former Fab Four. Fab Four, who the hell thought that up? Apart from anything else, what a naff name. It's like something out of that 1960s, 70s Thunderbirds, isn't it? The Fab Four. I mean, grow up. I don't know who. Unfortunately, there's a lot of accumulated anger and bitterness. Oh, you think? You think? Let's carry on before we discuss anything. Meghan has made it clear she'd love nothing more than to move past all the nonsense. Oh, and find a way forward towards healing for everyone's sake. Nonsense. Right. That's a word that people who've caused a ton of shit say when they know they're in the shit. Nonsense. So Oprah, that was just a load of nonsense. Spare, load of nonsense. All that was just silly. Oh, a little bit of itty bitty spare. No, all the shit that's been done to all of us, civilians who are British and Commonwealth, and pretty much every country who don't agree to worship and adore Markle. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Right, let's carry on. She's ready to let the anger and bitterness go. Well, bully for her. How magnanimous. Of course, it's not really up to her and Harry. All they can do is reach out and offer olive branches. Don't you just want to set fire to some of those olive branches? Can Meghan be the one to pull them all together single-handedly? We wait with bated breath. Well, I wouldn't bother if I were you. You'd probably go blue in the face waiting, because with the Windsors, when you're out, you are out. That's the way it works. Let's put it into context, shall we? Sarah, the Duchess of York, had a little toe-sucking thing. I don't like to rake it up. At the time, I thought, you know, big deal. I don't care. Mind you, I was a lot younger then. I just thought, you know, so what? In comparison to that, and it took Sarah, what, 30, 40 years, and the death of the late Duke of Edinburgh, to be allowed anywhere near the family. So let's look, toe-sucking, ton of shit. Toe-sucking, ton of shit. I think it'll be 1,000 years, long after everybody is dead, and this is all written in the history books, before any olive branch could even be considered. And let's bear in mind that the late David and Wallace aren't even with us anymore, and yet their saga continues. When it comes to incredulity, I mean, it's always the case. I've had this so many times with people that I have in my own real life. I try to be nice and I try to be fair, and they're not everybody, thank God. As I say, one every 10 years that one of these pillocks comes along and they shit on you, and then you bite back and go, fuck off. Sorry, I should have put a language warning at the beginning of this. I'll mention it in the title. And when you tell them to fuck off, they're like, what did I ever do to you? Oh, I'm an innocent victim. Bit like Harry. I mean, Harry couldn't just count his blessings. Some people are incapable of counting their blessings and thinking, well, I've got my health, I've got my family, you know, look on the bright side of all the good things I've got. No, some people have to moan and groan and go on and on and on and on and on and attack others. And then when those people, genuine victims, dare to growl back, oh, I'm a victim, they're picking on me. Really? And then they want olive branches, some form of mediation, let's all be friends. I say, swearing warning coming, no fucking way. But I'd love to know what you think. Thoughts, opinions below. And thank you very much for listening.